Aloha! Even though you're watching this and it looks like I'm in the office, actually I'm on vacation in Hawaii, and I'm going to tell you all about that, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't leave you without 5 great links. So let's get to it because I'm Victor Medina, and this is 5 Fact Friday. Hey everybody, welcome back to 5 Fact Friday. As I mentioned, I'm actually not here right now. I recorded this 2 weeks before you're watching it because I'm on the verge of leaving for my trip to Hawaii. So as I'm recording it, I'm about to leave, but as you're watching it, I'm actually there already. It's going to be a great trip that I'm taking with my wife to celebrate our 20th anniversary, and I am super excited because not only is this the first time that I've been to Hawaii or I'm going to Hawaii, but also I did so much of this trip on points that I had been accumulating, and I'm finally excited to redeem them. I didn't know what I was going to be doing with these hundreds of thousands of points, and it turns out flying to Hawaii is the answer. I cashed in every point I had to get tickets out there, to stay while I was out there, to even take some excursions out there. So when I come back, I'll be happy to share some of the great things that we did and maybe give you some tips and tricks on how you might plan your own. But I do have 5 great links for you. The last one is my favorite, but let's get started with the first one, what I am reading. And it's actually a form of new coffee. It's not really coffee, but it has a great source of caffeine, and it's the cascara bean plant, and it's sort of this cherry coffee bean that exists. Now, I don't know if you know, but Starbucks used to have a cascara flavored latte that would have, of course, sort of distill this and had little sweet particular place that was taste that was in there. And I have a friend of mine, shout out to Brian out there, that was a manager at a Starbucks, and as they were discontinuing the cascara flavor latte, was able to swipe one of the syrup bottles that he gave to me, and I have it in my house, and I just pour a little bit out at a time because I actually love the flavor. Check out the link and see if you have a replacement for your morning coffee. The second link is what I am watching, and it's actually a video that's going over 5 companies that Bill Gates' fund called Breakthrough Energy Ventures has been investing in to see whether or not they can create new sources, renewable sources, clean sources of energy to try to combat climate change. He's been investing in this for a long time. In fact, I loved a particular interview that he did with 60 Minutes because not only is it something that's a passion project of his, but because he's a pretty bright guy, he's very well versed on all of the different kinds of technologies that are out there. So not only should you check out this link, but you should also check out the 60 Minutes interview where he talks about different ideas that people have. And this one's actually particularly close to my heart because my son Aiden is very ecologically minded. He wants to make sure that we're doing good things for the environment, and his environmental conscientiousness is something that I really admire. So I loved watching this video, and I think you should check it out. What's new in tech? Well, you may have heard that New York City is going to require proof of vaccination before you go basically anywhere indoors. Restaurants, movie theaters, Broadway shows, they're all going to require that you show proof of vaccination. How are they going to do it? Is everyone going to walk around with a little card? I know that I went to Staples and I got one of the "Hi, I'm an attendee at a conference" sleeves so that I could protect mine, but they're talking about using different forms of technology. In fact, the article comes from the MIT Review, which talks about different forms of apps and technologies to be able to establish vaccination proof. It's especially important as we may need more boosters, and so it's not just the one card, but a series of vaccinations in order to show it. There's privacy concerns, there's whether or not you can hack into it, all kinds of stuff in there. Really great article, and I recommend that you watch it or read it. The next link is what's new and legal, and what if we're going to contest my parents' will? Great little article about what it takes to contest a will and challenge the validity of some legal documents. Now, we talk all the time in my firm about how we execute documents and how we make sure that for the clients that we're doing estate planning, that we're actually putting a plan in place that's as rock solid as possible. We want to minimize the amount of fighting that happens between families, and one of the ways that you can do this is to make sure that how you sign your documents, how often you update them, how the notes are taken by the attorney that drafted them to make sure that you were of sound mind and you didn't toss back a few drinks before you signed it, is all going to stand up to proof. So you want to learn more about what it takes to go ahead and challenge a will? Check out that link. The last link is what's new in retirement, and it's my favorite link of the week. Granny pods. Yes, that's right. There is a growing trend to keep grandma with you in a tiny house that you can park outside of your home. This actually all started with the shipping container craze. There was a period of time where people wanted sort of offices at their house, but they didn't want them in their house, so they would convert over shipping containers. Then we had the tiny homes craze. Those were tiny homes. They did them on HDTV that you could pull behind your car, park someplace, and then be able to live in this super small place. Well, we're not going to put Granny in a loft, and that's important consideration on the Granny pad. We still have the one level living, but this might be a solution about having a way to keep loved ones close so you can keep an eye on them, but so that they also have their privacy. Totally understand that. I know that there's times that my moms love staying at my place, but we're all a little too close. We actually had to go through that in the pandemic where she was with us for about 6 weeks. You learn real quick sometimes while you move out. Anyway, let's go to a recap for this week. The first link is what I am reading, and it is a new form of a caffeine source, maybe a replacement for your coffee. What's new I'm watching is Bill Gates' breakthrough energy ventures, specifically 5 companies that the fund is invested in. What's new in tech is the vaccination proof in New York City and how they're going to do it. What's new in legal is how to challenge. That's what I'm thinking of. How to challenge your will or have your will challenged. And last, what's new in retirement is granny pods and maybe why you should be planning on maybe not getting one, but living in one. Maybe that's your retirement plan. Hey, listen, thanks so much for watching this. We're going to catch you in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait to show you everything that happened in Hawaii. That's actually what we're going to do when we get back. So we'll catch you in a couple of weeks on the next 5 Fact Friday. See you later. Bye-bye. Hey, it's Victor. If you liked that video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can get alerted anytime we post new content. In addition, we've got some other great videos for you to check out as you go on your retirement planning journey.